we are going to open with a small gap to the downside after overnight inventory trended lower for a while. And looking at the bigger picture, we are breaking below key support level. Here is a gap that wasn't filled, so today, if it doesn't hold, we might get some more weakness developing in the market. One is that this area is November high, so if we get back inside November's range, then, well, the natural rule of thumb is that we will cover entire range to the other extreme, but focusing on the smaller time frame, we are going to get back inside this balance zone, so we can test at least 3612 point of control, if not 3600, and the low of this balance is also another gap that we have unfilled for a while. Around 36-35 is also a 20 period moving average on the daily chart, so this could also indicate some support or some additional weakness if we break below. Here somewhere in this area is zero gamma and gamma flip area, so if we get below that level and hold, then we might see some additional volatile moves to the downside and to the upside, so we might V-shape out of this. And going into smaller time frame, worth noticing is that after initial strong move to the upside, we couldn't get above balance from previous day, so we couldn't take this M period high, which is key from last few days. So this was a tale of weakness, but yesterday's sellers also weren't strong because they weren't pushing enough. I think that maybe after a strong trend day down, we needed some rest before continuing lower, so maybe the active sellers weren't present, and they were just selling from this zone, patiently waiting for weak buyers to get back to them, and those poor lows are indication of weak market participants. And basically we developed a 2-day balance, well, 1.5 day balance, so if we are going to trade higher early on, correcting overnight inventory, the correction move started from high volume node, and if it continues early on, I think that the first resistance might be around yesterday's pullback low and overnight single prints. If we can get, I can start drawing. So maybe I will zoom this. And I'd like to see what's here. So if we correct overnight inventory early on, I think that we might find a stronger resistance around this area, and either continue lower, we can bounce here, or we can continue lower, filling the gap, and then we will decide if the market can balance the rest of the session, or if it's going to continue lower. The next visual reference I have on my chart is this area and virgin point of control here, which might be decent targets, but I think that if we break lower and fill the gap, we might even see 3600 and below in the most negative scenario. If we, as yesterday, if we dip early on and create a good looking excess, then there is bigger probability of recovering, and we can create a V-shaped recovery. I'm not sure if we can take overnight high, but definitely we can retrace back to yesterday's point of control and also composite point of control. So we can trend even entire day. It's also Friday, and I didn't mention it, and this area is around the lows of the weekly range. So if we are going to get and remain below, I think that it might accelerate the downside because of the naked call writers or put writers, call writers getting squeezed. So this is important zone in many different angles and aspects. So overall, I think that we might fill out this low volume node a bit with potential excesses from the highs or from the lows. We can also create a few distribution day lower with if we are about to trend lower. I'm not sure I will be able to trade today. I really lost my touch with the markets last few days, and even though I am rather comfortable in seeing what's going on, I am having issues putting my risk on, because I'm not sure where to invalidate my trade ideas. So this is rather problematic, so I prefer to stay on the sidelines.